Where were we?
Where were we indeed? Thank you. Just checking emails, and I got a really cool email, so we were talking about that. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to talk about the email, but it was a good email.
Barely. Why? Was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
So I was going to tell you
Just had a feeling you'd know.
about the flashback, but I think they're going to just talk about it now.
At one point. All that stuff was taken from me, though. Or maybe erased?
Another flashbang?
By whispers?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Why?
I love some of the details in this game.
This is gonna sound crazy, but as far as I know,
Crazy.
Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
Did you hear that line?
Something about Cloud in Nibelheim.
Yeah, you focus too much on the crazy. Like, you missed the important line there.
Nibelheim?
As far as Tiva says, as far as I'm concerned, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
And that's important how?
Because Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago. So you know when I keep saying, oh, the Nibelheim incident as told by Cloud rather than what happened?
Okay.
He was never... Basically, and I'll say this as well, all that shit that Cloud said he did,
Okay. It didn't happen. Okay.
that's important. So that's important because she says this now, whereas in the original game, that Tifa doesn't bring this up until way later in the game. So that's important to note, that Cloud has just told this entire story that he was not involved in.
Okay.
So there was a moment where during the flashback it cuts back to present time, and then there was a little bit of a exchange of glances between Cloud and Tifa, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I think Tifa says, so it happens right after the boss fight, and Tifa goes, oh yeah, Sephiroth, felt different afterwards after the boss fight, and she mentioned that the mayor had this dinner prepared for the soldiers, and her dad was all up. The mayor and her dad were all up in a tiffy that Sephiroth didn't want to join. And then Cloud looks at Tifa and goes, huh? And then Tifa's like, huh? And I'm like, and so the reason why I said that was interesting, I was like, oh, Cloud's reacting like that because he's like, I don't know about that. I don't know that detail. And Tifa's like, you should if you were there. So the reason why Cloud didn't recognize that detail is because, well, he doesn't know about it. So there was a reason why Cloud's talking as if he was there and doing all of this cool stuff with Sephiroth. I talked about this at the last stream. I said that I talked about Zack and how Zack went on when Zack had met Cloud prior, and then Zack and Cloud and Sephiroth went on this mission in Nibelheim. But Zack, I think Cloud left when Cloud was a kid. He left town to impress Tifa to become a soldier, but he didn't make it. He ended up being just a normal grunt soldier.
Yeah.
So everything that you saw Cloud do in that flashback was actually Zack.
Right. Now that makes more sense now you've said that.
And now that soldier that didn't die in the water.
That was Cloud. Okay. Right.
Which is why you kind of saw his face a little. Didn't see, like his eyes were still covered, but his face was different from all the other Shinra guards that we see. It was much younger, and so him stopping Tifa from going back in the reactor, saying, "Oh, look after her." That was him. Remember when the place was built? When the town was building, the town was burning, and you were going to Cloud's mum's house, and I said, "Look at the soldier on the floor," and the text on the side was saying, "Soldier, Sephiroth, and Mom," and he was like on the floor like that.
Yeah, no, that did confuse me a little bit.
And then you tried to go into the house, and then Whisper Vision blown out. No, you don't.
Okay.
And then you get blasted back onto the floor, and that's when he's like that on the floor. He gets blasted back into the same position that soldier was was, because that was Cloud. Zack never went to go visit Cloud's mom because thingy. So in Crisis Core, you play through the entire Nibelheim incident the way it actually happened.
Okay.
And Cloud is saying details that he shouldn't know if he was there. But Tifa was like, why does Cloud know this? Cloud was never there, because she didn't know that he was the soldier.
Right. Because up until you mentioned Zack's name, confusion.
Yeah. So Tifa didn't know Cloud was there at all, even as the soldier. The only way that Cloud is able to retell some of these events because he was there the entire time as the soldier. But he's talking about him doing everything Zack did. Which is why Tifa's like, as far as I'm concerned, Cloud was never there.
That pieces together a lot of information for me.
Why Cloud is pretending to be this ex-soldier person and pretending that he was, the guy, stems to trauma of Zack dying.
Okay.
And all the experiments between him, Zack and Cloud being experimented on, and then Zack dying, it became, I don't know what the word for this is. It is like a personality disorder sort of thing, where his own memories are mixed with Zack's. And so he believes, I think at this point, I don't know if he even remembers who Zack is. He's that deluded.
So not like schizophrenia.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly schizophrenia.
Like multiple
personality disorder.
Yeah. DID.
Something like that. DID, dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, it could be.
Something along those lines. Yeah. So all that trauma, mental disorder, makes him believe that he was an ex-soldier. So do you remember towards the end of the game in remake when they first met with Hojo? And Hojo was like, and who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm an ex-soldier. And he's like, oh, I remember you. Oh, my boy, you weren't a soldier. And then the Whispers fucking took Hojo away.
Right.
Because that was him spilling the beans, essentially. Because he was never in soldier. He was just a normal guy. But Cloud and Zack got captured by Shinra and they got experimented on, which is why Cloud can do all the cool stuff he can do, because he's gotten the same treatments as all the other soldiers did.
Okay. That makes so much more sense.
And that is important information going forward. Even now Tifa's like, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago. This is important information going forward because it's going to come up quite a lot.
That makes so much more sense. Because, like I said, until you mentioned Zack's names, all the words you said before then, I was just like...
Yeah, because you were looking at me like, and this is important, why?
Yeah, no, exactly. I was just like, why is this important? Like, tell me the important thing first and then go on the spiel.
Because Zack, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, which is the reason why they brought out the remaster of Crisis Core before Rebirth, because it's required reading, essentially.
Required reading that I didn't get the assignment for.
Yeah, so Crisis Core will show you what actually happened, and you see how at the end of that flashback it was like, oh, Sephiroth and Cloud are gonna fight.
It wasn't Sephiroth and Cloud. It was Zack and Cloud.
Yes and no.
Zack and Sephiroth.
Yes and no. So in Crisis Core there is a boss fight between Zack and Sephiroth.
Yeah, that
happens separately around the same time. But what actually happens, Crisis. Oh yeah, Zack gets his ass beat somehow during the fight, which is a very difficult boss fight, by the way. And then, he's doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cloud comes in, grabs Zack's sword.
He stabbed through Sephiroth to get to Nova. Yeah.
This is what actually happens. So Cloud knows that he looked after Tifa because he was actually there for that. And then came back for Tifa, I think, after stabbing him.
How dare you?
Cloud! Finish Sephiroth off!
Sephiroth off.
Sephiroth!
He reminds me of the blind man in Repo.
He is for real wounded.
This is a black smoke.
Yeah, I'm interested about that. That might be just be censoring. I don't know.
Don't test me.
Oh, it could be, yeah. Didn't think about that.
Mind you, at this point, Cloud is still a normal person. Hasn't been experimented on yet. And then does this?
No.
Don't say he pulls himself towards.
Impossible.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeet.
Bye-bye.
And so as far as Cloud is concerned, yeah, I killed Sephiroth. But for some reason, he doesn't remember that bit.
Okay.
Just pure adrenaline. Like I said, Cloud can do.
That's a quick way to get downstairs.
So when I say when Cloud needs to lock in, he fucking does it.
You did it.
Cloud, slide down one more step, please. you just know all his strength points are going into his feet, keeping him like from sliding down the rest of the steps.
And so yeah, so after that they're both sort of like, oh boy, we're tired. They pass out, and that's when they're captured by Hojo.
And experimented
And then they
on.
get experimented on, which obviously Cloud doesn't take to as well, and so it leaves him in like a literal Mako induced coma.
Okay.
And so Zack has to carry him around everywhere, and then fast travel, and also because they escaped their Shinra's Most Wanted. Fast forward to the last standoff when he has to protect Cloud against all the soldiers, and he dies doing it, and yada yada yada.
This is the most I felt like I understand the story, by the way.
Again, there's going to be more. Like after the stream, I'm going to show you a video that will explain more. But this is
like
pertinent information for
it
now.
gives me more of a timeline for things, which I really like. Like I like a good timeline.
A good timeline, yeah.
Yeah. It's like with Five Nights at Freddy's. Give me a good timeline.
I'm good.
And I can understand the lore.
Yeah, that's important.
Wrong button.
So yeah, Cloud wasn't in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
Also, I love the difference between the level, like the volume level of our headsets.
Mine's loud and yours is soft.
I honestly, on this, you see,
Yeah.
that is how much I turn mine up.
Right.
I could turn it up to, can't actually hear
I mean,
it.
I could control mine here, but mine's like a normal level.
That's why in that whole cutscene then I was just like, I can hear it through your
Oh,
headset.
really?
Yeah, this is the most I felt like I've understood the story this entire game.
After that video I'm going to show you after the stream, you will understand it more. I promise. Like I watched it all the way through, and I was like, yeah, it's going to go through the entirety of the story of the whole original game.
Yeah.
Including a spoiler that you must know, because the entirety of this game Rebirth is leading up to it. But but like you will understand it so much more.
I'm very intrigued about his arm. I'm very intrigued.
The whole thing about his arm is one of the best parts of the game.
I can't stop thinking about it now. Like I thought about it once, right? I haven't thought about this entire time, by the way. We've played like, what was it, remake, right? And now like I'm looking at it and I'm like, so does he have like a hand in there to like he like pulls a trigger and that's when the gun starts going? Or is it like it was amputated? Amputate would
Amputated.
amputate would also be a good word because it's part of his arm.
So like what happened to his arm? Well, so what his arm actually
He
is?
didn't get it.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Amputate.
Oh, shut. I thought you were just pronouncing it wrong.
I did it first. Yeah. I was like, well, that also works. Like,
What his arm actually isn't so much as a spoiler, but why it is like that is so his arm is amputated. It was severed off.
Okay.
And it was amputated and grafted, and then the gun was grafted on.
All right.
So at the end of his stub is a thing. He can actually eject the gun off his arm entirely.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. That he's got his elbow there, so it must be somewhere between
He's got
wrist and...
he's got his elbow, so it's like so it's like here, like it's cut off, like just above the elbow. Yeah.
Okay. It's just very interesting to me. If it's grafted onto him. Obviously,
so at the end of the stub,
so
at the end of the stub, there's like a little thing, like a little applicator thing.
Yeah, so there'll be like
you can attach it to that,
like an attachment here.
Yeah,
and then obviously the gun is like he'll just be like
yeah, exactly. Obviously is how we can equip different guns, isn't it?
But like my next question would be how he controls it. Like, does he do it with his other arm? He doesn't, does he?
So he. It's a good question.
I like things
he
like
doesn't.
this.
So he's not controlling with his other arm so much as he is stabilizing his arm to shoot the machine gun.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I don't know if
like
you've ever shot a machine gun before. Neither have I.
Do you know what?
But
I've
like,
shot many guns before. That sounds like a bit of a threat. It's not. I used to do army cadets.
Yeah, of course, right.
Yeah.
So recoil, right?
Yeah.
And especially heavy machinery like that, recoil on one arm, that's gonna fucking hurt. Or everywhere.
Yeah.
So him doing that is him just stabilizing his arm.
One of the two funny things about using weapons at cadets was that people would like, so you've got like the base, the butt of the weapon, right, and you've got to put it into your shoulder, because if you don't and you shoot it, it's either gonna like, because you've got sights sometimes, and if you've got like your eye down the sight and it goes backwards, eye hurt or shoulder hurt. And the second funniest bit was cleaning the rifles, because it had like a spring in there.
Oh.
And to get the spring out, you had to remove was it like a bolt kind of thing? And if you didn't put your hand over where the spring was and remove the bolt, the spring would come out and give you a black eye.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. There was a few people that you saw around, like we used to do 2 weeks of camping. And every now and again, you'd see someone with a black eye, and you'd be like,
I know what you did.
I know what you did. You can't hide away from me. Didn't happen often, but it was
Did I wake
funny.
you?
Nope. What's going on?
Oh, it's nothing, really. There's just something I need to ask you. So, can we talk?
Sure.
Absolutely not.
But
I have
not
no
here.
time for you.
Follow me.
What was that? Oh, hello.
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
Oh shit, yeah.
Or-
Yeah, we're going right into it.
What is she?
Wait, Tifa's dead? Why did it flash to the person down there?
Because he's kind of important. You will meet him later. I don't think you're even allowed to go downstairs, or are you? Oh, okay.
Girl, look at me go downstairs.
Damn, okay.
They can't tell me what to do.
I generally thought it would be like,
Sir, but you don't look very well. An old war wound acting up, perhaps? If so, I can certainly empathize. I myself fought for the company once upon a time. and my body's never let me forget it. It's been a good many years since I served, but still feels like yesterday. Might I suggest retiring to your room for the evening?
No. Any more voice
It's
lines?
been a good many years since I served, but still feels
Who are
like
you?
yesterday.
Let me look at your face.
He'll introduce himself like very soon.
Okay. Well, I've already introduced myself to him. Anything else down here?
I believe he has a name. I don't remember his name though.
Yes, I would like a... I can't even see the menu. Hang on. No, that's a better menu.
You got whiskey and vodka. One's called. There's a whiskey called Rusty Nail.
The dry martini. Something zipper.
Bloody Mary. At the bottom, I think. And whiskey,
Yeah.
you got Rusty Nail, Godfather, something, and Black and Gold.
Details. We love the details.
Yeah.
I love games I can theorize. Like theorizing Barrett's arm. Oh my god, look. Such beautiful flowers.
Hindered by flowers.
Hello. Oh, daffodils? Hibiscus? What else have you got for me? I don't even know what those purple... Oh, wait, I can do that. Oh, I am a happy woman. Oh, look at those. I don't even know what those are meant to be. Please. Oh, I like the
Music.
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those ones.
It's pretty sure it's a sax.
Oh, no, it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I got it right in the end. Sorry. Don't go into a cutscene, please. Let me look at it. Bless you.
There it is. Sophie, sorry, real quick. If you
Yes.
can reach that, there's a pack of tissues over there.
Yes, I have long arms.
Thank you. So I'm gonna go off camera.
That's okay. We can look at the pretty flowers instead. Those look right. We need to. Oh. Give me 2 seconds to Where's my phone? Wait, where did I put it?
Here.
I wanted to search up some flowers quickly. They're either lavatier or hibiscus, and I can't tell which one's which. Lavatier. Has it gone that? Or we can show stream these in a bit. Hibiscus. I don't know which ones they are. That's so cool.
So my hay was acting up now. And
Is it because the window's open?
yeah. So I'm like rubbing my nose and it looks gross. Well, I feel like it looks gross on camera, which is why I kept moving the camera.
Oh,
away.
Aerith's flowers. You got some lilies down there.
Oh yeah, those are the flowers that
Yeah.
Gareth gave you.
These are yellow lilies. Oh, right, sorry. Just quickly. We've got lavatier. No, wait, this is hibiscus. And then you've also got
Wait, hold on. What did you type in?
hibiscus. Right, either those flowers or lavatier, which can be spelled like... I say lavatier. It's
I don't know how to pronounce it.
but-
I'll just spell it.
because that's how my dad pronounces it, but he's
Is
also
it Lavatera.
but he's also dyslexic. So
Okay, these.
so it's either or, and I don't know which ones they are.
Perhaps
It might be lavatier actually, because the bushes on.
Lavatera?
Yeah, sorry.
Because
The it looks very similar leaf wise and bush wise. Yeah. Anyway,
this has been flower geeking with
this,
Sophie.
there's also some daffodils here. No, wait, they look like kind of daffodils. AKA Narcissus, which we've already talked about on stream.
Yes, we did.
Tifa, did you see the beautiful flowers on your way up? Including yourself?
Do you think Midgar's over there?
No, but there's some beautiful flowers downstairs.
Anyway.
There's something I need to ask you too.
Would you like to look at the flowers, Tifa?
That night, 5 years ago, at the reactor, I saw you lying there. Saw your wound and all the blood. I figured it was too late.
Yeah? Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
Sus.
Can't believe I'm having this conversation with you, but here we are. Here, look. My scar.
Wait,
That proof enough?
It's a scar.
Wait a minute.
We don't get to see it for some reason, but yeah, the scar was there.
After you left, Zangan found me. He's the one who brought me to the clinic. He risked his life carrying me out of the reactor and down
Wait,
the
I'm
river.
loving the aesthetics
Wasn't
of
just
buildings
him, though.
around here.
There's the doctor who operated on me all night, and the nurses who looked after me for days on end. I'm here now because they were there for me then. And where were you again? In
Who's
fact,
there?
where have you been this whole time? For 5 years.
Doesn't know.
You know I can't tell you that.
Can't
Of
or
course
won't?
you can't. Sorry, I just need some space.
Look at the pretty flowers on your way down.
I think we're about to finish this chapter, by the way.
Okay, I just want to have a look at the... It's very,
See, look at this town. It's so pretty, right?
yeah.
You're going to be able to explore it all in about 5 minutes if we just do the story.
Run, Cloud, run. I'm sorry, flowers. I'll look at you another day. Let me... Wait, what's that poster for?
The fuck knows.
Danger. Who's saxophoning? Is it you?
Yes. And it is a saxophone, yes. And a double bass.
There's only one bassist down there.
I thought
I know the joke I'm making.
nothing had changed. But I guess I was wrong.
It's taken all my willpower just not to skip through all the dialogue so I can explore.
Guess so.
I was so happy to see you again, but maybe I shouldn't have been.
Oh no.
Good job, idiot. You let Sephiroth gaslight you.
Fumbled another woman.
Best to leave them alone for now.
Nah, run in there.
You two fight?
No.
We have enough problems as it is. Copy?
Night.
Not even a good night, just night.
Tomorrow is another day.
I just thought of something. You're gonna hate it.
I'm gonna hate it.
You're gonna hate it.
Chapter 2.
Oh, you're really gonna hate it.
The game finally begins.
Yippee!
I think he slept on the couch, probably.
You know what the thought you're gonna hate? Right, so those pictures you showed me earlier with you have these on your arms, right? And I've never somehow connected this before, but I've just connected two fictional characters that wear like bands like that. Uzui from Demon Slayer and red.
I don't hate that at all.
No?
I don't fucking hate that at all.
Okay.
That's actually fucking gang. I'm also going to bring up the photos that she's talking about and it's minor story time. Oh, that's the wrong.
No, because I think it was one specific photo.
Sorry, Joe. Sorry. You do it to me too. To be fair.
I do. Yeah.
Is this it? All right, hold on. Yeah, so this is the photo.
I think it might have been. I don't know which one it was specifically that I thought that it reminded me of.
So, story time. I was it yesterday? Today's what, Tuesday? Yeah. I was out with a friend yesterday. And we got stopped. I say we, specifically me, got stopped by this guy. He's like, "Oh my god, I love your outfit."
Not this guy. This guy is you.
I'm an amateur street photographer. Do you mind if I take a couple of photos of you? And I was like, "Oh, cool, sick." And then my friend Molly had to stand at the side and just like NPC stand while I have like a mini photo shoot with this dude. And I was like, I didn't know what to do with my hands. I was like, oh, like I don't mind photos getting taken, but like I don't like if you're standing there with a professional camera and I'm like,
you get self-conscious quite quickly.
It's like really quickly. And so the first photo was this. He said, "Would you mind walking towards the camera like this, and so you can catch me in motion," which was really nice. So I love this photo.
Don't mind me as I try and get.
Is it this photo
reference.
that you mean? The bangles?
I don't know. Let me try and get like a reference photo.
So I was wearing these bangles, which are
From?
these ones here on both hands, or cuffs, so to speak.
There's gonna be a specific pose.
So this photo got taken of me. He said he really, refinement arc. Oh god, it's like me on my way to XYZ. But yeah, that was the drip I was wearing yesterday. We were on our way to like a Japanese restaurant. This is the fit I was wearing. And then he asked me. Then he really liked. As you can see, I'm wearing like these red lightning bolt earrings. He really liked them, so he asked me to sort of like hold on to them and then use my other hand to touch my shoulder. And I was like, I don't know how this will look, but actually this kind of looks fire. And then and then he saw a lamppost or pole or whatever on the street, and he asked me to lean against it and just sort of. I don't think he directed where my hand went, but that was me putting my hand like that because I didn't know what to do. Putting my hand on my arms, I didn't know what to do. But yeah, those are the photos I got taken of me literally yesterday. Like the guy gave me his Instagram, and he sent me the photos over Instagram DM, and then I asked if you could email me the high-res photos. So these are the photos, and I really like them. And I really like what I'm wearing too. I should wear this more often if I didn't hate wearing the top.
I thought that, what's it called? Crescent, is it a crescent moon belt thing? I thought that was more gold than it is silver. It looks very silvery in these photos.
Probably because of the way he's graded the photos.
Yeah.
Because I've got two. Obviously, I've got the one I wear on my waist. So the one I'm wearing on my waist here.
Wait, maybe no. That looks actually. Do you know what?
No. Okay. So the one I wear around my neck, aka this one, around my neck here. That is silver. That is all worn off.
Okay.
But the ones that I wear around my waist is still more gold than this.
Okay.
Eventually, the gold will wear off. But yeah.
Yeah. Reference photos.
So she's just thinking about the cuffs on my hand, and they remind her of Red 13's. I don't know how well you can see that. Red 13's cuffs that he wears on all four of his legs, I believe.
Yeah, and then if you go back, keep going. There we go. And then that's Uzui.
And then
he wears the cuffs there and
wears cuffs on, and then Uzui from Demon Slayer who wears cuffs on his
massive
biceps that I don't have.
Huge biceps.
And some on his wrists.
Yeah. Oh, I have an Uzui cosplay. Oh, I love that cosplay. The belt broke though. I need to get another white belt.
All right, let's start this chapter.
Do we get to explore now?
You're gonna kind of be able to explore.
What's that on the door?
What's this?
A gift.
This Picasso. I like it.
Establishment.
Oh, that is
Money?
May not look like much. It should help you to break the ice with those you meet.
It is a gameplay. Oh, Queen's Blood starter deck.
Ah, okay.
You can now play the card game
Yeah.
Queen's Blood. Find other players denoted by this icon around the world and challenge them to matches. Should you win, they will often give you new cards to add to your collection. Defeating players will also give you the opportunity to fight other opponents in different towns. You can also build and edit decks by selecting card decks from the main menu.
Gwent.
Sure, why not? We'll see how much of it we do. And you can completely ignore the side quest if you want, but it's not even a side quest, but it's a side game entirely.
Okay.
Placing cards. All right. So each player takes turns placing a card on the board in one of the 3 lanes that span from left to right. First, try placing a card on one of the highlighted tiles adorned with an emerald pawn.
Okay.
So I think it's telling you which one to choose, which is that one.
Why?
I think it will make sense in the grand scheme of things.
I like games where I can think ahead, so I can already see.
Oh, I mean, you're not even playing a game. This is just teaching you like how to play it, like what you need to.
Yeah, but I like games where you can think ahead. That's what I was saying. Wait, can I not?
Oh, and then it's telling you where to put it.
Yeah,
there.
I keep using the
okay.
thing.
Once a card is placed, its power, which is 1, is added to your lane total. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna get a pointer as well. Sorry, for everyone involved. Yeah. So once a card is placed, its power is added to your lane total. So that's this power there at the top right. So it's added there. New positions will also be added to the board, which are tiles with emerald pawns upon which you can place cards. So because you placed that there, these 2 got added. And the reason why it got added.
It's because on the card, on the bottom bit of the card, it had like places.
Yeah. So the center of these grids,
which is the white square, is where the card
is where the
placed.
card is, and then the yellow bits are like where it will add new spots. Yeah. The yellow number on the top right corner of a card is its power, while the positions a card will add to the board are indicated by the yellow squares in the graphic at the bottom.
And I'm guessing the pawns in the top left is the amount of pawns you have to have on the table before you can place that card.
Less on the table, but on the spot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah.
Cool. Can I just pick any card now?
Opponent is playing.
Yeah. But is it gonna let me just pick any card?
I'm not sure.
Or...
Next, place a card so that one of its yellow tiles overlaps with one of your existing positions.
Cool.
So I think it's going to tell you which card to pick. Yeah, which is that one.
Why?
When you select it, then it's yeah. So because it's gonna from its center, it's gonna add a position at the bottom and to the right of it. But there's already one there, so it will just it will increase its rank, aka from 1 pawn to 2 pawns. So this guy can ask you to put it there for the tutorial.
Oh.
So that's now 2.
Hi there, and not the other one though.
I'm not sure. When one of your card's position tiles overlaps with the position you already control, the position rises in rank. As there are now 2 pawns on that tile now, that position is ranked 2.
I can place the right trooper there.
Yes, you can. Cards can only be placed in positions equal to or higher than their rank, which is denoted by the number of pawns in the top left corner of the card. Thus, in order to play more powerful cards, you will have to raise the rank of your positions.
Pardon me. Wait, I saw like the reflection of the mirror, and I was like, "Wait, is it still light out?" No, never mind. Cool.
So, their turn. As you now have a rank 2 position, try placing your rank 2 card on it. When one of your card's position overlaps with one of your opponents, because that was red before, you claim that position as yours, so you overwrote his pawn. Note, however, that claiming a position will not raise its rank.
But they could still overwrite that.
They can still overwrite that. Board and card breakdown. You can keep track of who is winning a lane by looking at the point totals on each side of the board. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 on the side. The numbers on the left represent your power, ones on the right, your opponent. You may notice that some cards have tiles with red borders. These are tiles that are affected by the card's abilities. Place cards effectively to make the most of their abilities and amass more power in more lanes than your opponent. In the event that you cannot place a card, you can pass with triangle. When both players pass consecutively, the game will end.
Oh wait, so when they say the red thing, they mean on the crystalline crab one, yeah?
Yeah, so crystalline crab, so you can see the center and it will...
Yeah, and it has a red square.
Left and right. So at the top, so it will... So you see this symbol at the bottom left? A little star thing there.
Yeah.
That denotes that it has an ability. And then you'll see where that ability will affect. So it will affect a tile above where that card's placed.
Okay.
I think you can see... It just said where it says this card has no abilities. Once you highlight over that one, it will show you what ability it has. So raises the power of allied cards on affected tiles by 2 while this card is in play.
Okay.
So if you were to put that there, then that raises its power by 2 to make it 5, something like that. Or if you put that there, then that becomes 3, something like that. And I think you're overwriting his thing. Yeah, so that's good.
But he's got 3 pawns in the middle.
So I think now you're playing the game for reals now. So you've got, in your hand, you've got 5 1-star or one rank 1 card. So you can't put anything there for now.
Where?
You can't put anything there for now. Because you've only got 1. You've got no 2-star, 2
Well,
rank.
I can put stuff there.
On here? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can put stuff there. Because it said, Jerry, if you were paying attention, you'd know. Even though that's got 2 pawns, you don't have to have like 2 pawns to put a 1 pawn card. If you want to put a 1 pawn card down, you've already got 1 pawn on there, so it doesn't matter. Yeah? No?
Opposite way. If you want to put a 1, if you want to put a 2 pawn card on a 1, you can.
What?
Try it. If you want to put it there, try it. Am I wrong?
Are you an idiot?
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't mind being an idiot. I don't mind being wrong. You should have seen it. You should have seen the dirt you actually gave me.
Because you were like, you can't do that. And I was
swear
like,
you can't.
You literally just read the rules just now. Like my brain was just going.
What am I misunderstanding about that bit?
So, in your head, you can't put
a 1
on a 2 pawn, but you could put a 2 on a 1 pawn.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how to say it.
Like, oh God, that shouldn't have worked.
You can't put a 2 pawn. You can't put a 2 pawn on a 1, because that's like putting 2 people on a 1 passenger ship. Like if you've got a boat that can carry 1 person, you could put 1 person on it.
Oh my fucking God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, I understand it now.
And
I've
if
got
it
wrong
can
in my
carry
head.
2 people.
No, I just literally understood.
Yeah,
no, I've just got it wrong in my head. I've got it wrong in my head. Yeah, sick. Awesome.
Okay,
Never mind,
I
ignore
placed
me.
that to prove a point,
That's
and now I don't know what I'm doing.
I was like, put it there. My understanding of that completely got twisted upside down, basically. Yeah, my bad.
It's chill. Okay. What does this do? I don't have a place I can put that. I don't think I can even make a place I can put that. Maybe actually I can.
Oh yeah, I'm being an idiot. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, so now they've got nowhere to put a card. Because they can't.
No, they can.
No, they can't. Look. That's what, this is all your territory. They've just passed. So if you pass, but
I ain't passing. I'm running them into the ground.
You can run them. Yeah, you could continue running them into the ground because they've got 5 and you've got 7.
Oh, that doesn't work because I thought that would be there.
Yeah,
and I can't place that there.
You can go for absolute domination if you'd like.
But wait, how do I go back? Is that back?
Circle, yeah.
Okay. Absolute domination. Just pass already.
So you can use that. So that will
you know
that
exactly
will raise
where
the
I'm
power
going.
of allied cards unaffected dark power part 2. So 1, 2. And then see this? The light coming from there? It says +2. So any card you put on there is being affected by this magic pop. So any card you put on there, its power will be raised by 2. So it goes from 1 to being a 3. It goes from 1 to being a 3. And fuck it. Absolute domination. Just put any card there, I guess.
Gosh. Man, this is so much easier than Gwent.
Once the game is over, each player's score is tabulated. Only the player with the highest power on the lane is added. Only the player with the higher power in the lane has their power added to their score. In other words, no matter how high your power in the lane may be, if it is less than your opponent's power in the same lane, it will not count towards your score. You will know. So you will know this when it's highlighted.
Yeah.
If it's highlighted, then you've won that lane, basically.
We win these.
Calculating the winner of after calculating the winner of for each lane and adding their lane scores up, the player with the higher total score wins. So 10. They get the 5. You get the 10. And that is Queen's Blood. In conclusion, you can add more cards to your collection by winning them off other players or purchasing booster packs from the shops. In your quest to amass cards, you may even end up becoming the best player on the planet.
Absolutely.
It's really fun, and you can get deep into it where it's like try challenging players in town. New Queen's Blood players await your challenge in Calm. Calm is the name of the city, this town, by the way.
We're going in there. No, wait, we're going downstairs. Never mind.
Yeah, when you get really into it, you start coming across like builds where it's like, oh, a destruct. Oh, you just listen to that.
The fall of the Sector 7 plate, culminating in this unprecedented destruction, caused by a massive tornado which swept through Sectors 0, 1, and 2. After a briefing with Shinra investigators, Mayor Domino released a statement declaring the tornado to be, quote, weather warfare, perpetrated by the infamous insurgent group known as Avalanche. The administration also suspects the involvement of Wutai, and has begun investigations into the matter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
You'll get into like things where it's like, oh, destruction decks where like cards have the ability to we're in ads, but it's fine. The cards we'll cut to break in a second. Cards have the ability to destroy themselves to give others power and stuff like that, and it's like there's so many different kinds of cards, and it's really interesting getting into it. Anyway, we've done this tutorial during ad time. Let's cut to break for just a little bit.